Diplomat is searching for the words to say to Shale. I'm really sorry. We're not sure what happened to Kakiwa. The others are trying to learn what they can. Oh, Kakiwa. We'd known that such a day would come, but I wish we could have at least said goodbye. You knew then that she was already gone? We did. We all did. Kakiwa forbade us from saying anything. She wanted to tell you herself when the time was right. I expect she was torn over how to reveal the truth to Owenville. I see. I don't think anyone can blame her for keeping quiet. But tell me, how are the people faring? Have they forgotten Zeralja already? No, they still remember him. We wonder if this might be the result of the gate at the summit being closed. Most are unaware of developments, though we're relieved to hear that the king has been defeated, but at the same time they like to panic if they learn that the queen has disappeared. Right now, Geo's making contact with the various government bodies, but it'd probably be best to keep it all under wraps for a time. I wonder whether the soul machines and stuff are still going to work, or whether they needed that connection, or is it just the endless through there that couldn't come? Agreed. Once we resolve matters, I'll explain everything to the people. I consider it my duty. As to Zeralja's mechanical army, what's become of them now he's gone? Ah, yes, about that. I'll answer to Galulja. Because blood. Well, at the time we suspect that Zeralja passed, the king's authority appears to have been transferred to Galulja. Oh, I shouldn't have put the helmet on for this. You mean to say Galulja is the new king? While a coronation is required to make it official, for the moment the system recognises him as his father's successor. But I don't want this. I don't want to be king. It's not a decision you have to make right away. But given that the authority comes with command of the army, you can't give it up lightly either. We can think on it together later, but for now, I want you to hold on to it. To what your father has left you. Say so. Are you alright, Calamity? Huh? Oh, what is this? Why can't I... Yeah. Huh? Despite everything that's happened, all the terrible things my brother did, I still don't know how to feel towards him. What's wrong with me? You just need a little time. This would look much better without the helmet on. I think so. I'll take your word for it. For now, we have things under control. Why not return to 2DL and rest up while the others handle the investigation? You know, I think I'll do that. It'd be good to see how things are at home and catch up with Kona. Got a lot to talk about. Hey, why don't the two of you come with too? But won't everyone hate me? Of course not. I might be a little unsure at first, but I'll set them straight. Nice, I want to introduce you to Kona, his new family. Really? Oh, he's precious. Really? That is, if you're fine with it. I am. Oh. And let's be off. We'll head directly to the palace to see Kona. This has taken such a swerve from, you know, what we were expecting. That's better. The whole situation with Sphene, though, is just messed up. The things she had to do to escape calamity and keep her people safe has twisted her.
You are returned!
Oh, hi! Yes, Tech Bunny is here.
Wait there! I'm coming down!
Surprise! Who opens these doors?
Where's Lamachi? What happened inside the dome?
Well, that's a story. How do we even go about starting telling that story?
So my brother is gone.
Yeah.
Yet the danger remains. And you must soon sally forth unto an unknown reality.
Yep.
Hey, Kona!
Meet your nephew!
Lamachi, is this boy perhaps?
Cute. Drawn a bit of attention.
This is Zorolja's son, Gululja.
I see. Time did flow differently inside the dome.
Yep.
If he is our brother's child, then... Gululja, was it? My name is Kona, and I am Lamachi's brother.
You're her brother?
Adopt.
You'll find none more dependable than Kona. He's family, and he'll take good care of you.
Whilst we sally off into a completely unknown dimension with no way of knowing whether we're coming back.
A pleasure to meet you, Gululja.
A pleasure to meet you too, Uncle Kona.
Aww.
Well, I suppose I am your uncle. But simply Kona will do.
This has got to be the end of the act, though.
You're all confused, and little wonder. Rest assured, all will be explained in due course.
Not entirely sure how we're going to explain it, to be fair.
But for now, I want to make one thing clear. Gululja is his own person. He had no part in his father's crimes. If you have anger towards Zorolja you need to express, Kona and I will gladly hear you. But you will treat Gululja as you would any child, with kindness.
Quite right, too.
As we should. The boy's done no wrong.
Yes, the vow of resolve speaks true.
Approving woman.
So, will you tell me what happened? Grahatia has given me a summary, but I would hear your detailed account.
Where do we even start? That whole...
Can
The
we
more I
walk
think
out?
about it,
I want to see how things are in the city.
the more I think about it, the more I realise just how
Let's make our way
messed
to
up.
Bright Bloom Post. Our soldiers remain on high alert, but if the threat of invasion has passed, I will bid them take a well-earned rest.
Yes, for now, no more invasion. But the Empire of Alexandria, Kingdom of Alexandria, great view of the fog. It was indeed Zeralja's realm inside the dome. The realm he ruled jointly with Sphene. He is the king of resolve and she the queen of reason. Just like you and me here. Their people live very different lives compared to ours, but like us they live them to the fullest. Sphene is a big part of that. She's a considerate and approachable ruler who treats everyone as family. You and her must have gone along well. We did. But out of love for her people, she's chosen the wrong path. They were good folk, the Alexandrians. They welcomed us into their homes and treated us with kindness and respect. But Zeralja slaughtered them. Slaughtered those he was meant to protect for his own ends. By the gods, tell me how this came to pass. Yes, the misguided nature of Sphene. You know, I think I said that she's just gone mad. It's like, no, actually, she's acting completely rationally, but with a completely different worldview. When his attack on Tuliolal failed, Zeralja sought to gain more power, so he ordered his people executed and harvested their souls. What drove him to commit such an atrocity? He claimed he wanted to bring the entire world under his dominion, but that was just a means to achieve his true desire. Grandfather, he was a great person, right? Maybe my father wanted to prove he was his own person. He wasn't just a great person's son. I dare say you are right. As the resilient son, our father's true-born heir, he bore the weight of expectation. That weight was clearly greater than any of us had imagined. I think I've mentioned that multiple times, haven't I? The weight of expectation. That's probably why he was who he was, and why he didn't want me. Damn it all. If only we'd tried harder to reach out to him. Let's keep moving. Yes, there's going to be a certain amount of blaming herself, but that is essentially fruitless and pointless. Zeralja had become unimaginably powerful. It was only with Demajen's help that we managed to defeat him. Almost like I've killed gods! And now I have a responsibility to the people of Alexandria, and above all to Galulja. I promised, didn't I? I wanted us to become family. It isn't only out of obligation. Since I've gotten to know you, I've come to really like you. You might not be my nephew by blood, but we're family to the end. We'll always be there to help each other. Isn't that right? Right. You just need some attention. You too, Demajen. After everything we've been through, we're already as good as family. What? You mean what? The more family you have, the merrier, don't you think? Come on, head into the barracks. One big, happy, extended family. I assume they're just leaving the final zone for a level cap, which is an interesting choice. Or maybe they're leaving it for the... Oh. I'm glad I could hear what happened in the dome. But I'm sorry that you had to bear such a heavy burden, Lamity. Don't be. As for our resolve, it was something that I had to do. She was resolved to it. Besides, it was your ingenious strategy that kept Tulial all safe. Asking you to rule with me was definitely one of my better ideas. It was because we all fought as one that we could repel the invaders, and then only with the aid of Rita and his kin. Oh yeah, we don't know about this yet. Thanks to Alphino and Estinian interceding for us, we were able to swiftly forge an alliance with Vasat Han. And when the dragons appeared in our skies, I felt that this was it, the Tulial you had envisioned. We owe our new allies a great debt, and I hope that we can repay them one day. Is Rita still here? Indeed. Once I've dealt with matters, we should go and thank them in person. Demajen had told me as much, but you still have work to do, yes? Yes, I need to find Sphene. She harmed our people so that her own might live, but as I was raging at her deeds, I realised something. Just because Tulial is safe doesn't mean I can ignore what becomes of Alexandria. That's the kind of thinking that led to conflict in the old days. I want to help the Alexandrian people live in peace and happiness, and the only way to do that is to stop Sphene from walking her path. Because her people love her. You know, she's a good person. She's making a bad choice. Very well, Lamity. Just promise me you will take care. I promise, Kona. Hashtag foreshadowing? Question mark? Yes. Meanwhile, elsewhere. Huh? While I had anticipated this, I still can't help but worry. I'm sorry that I have to go away so soon. But even setting Sphene aside, some of our own people may be among the endless. I'll just sit around and leave everything to the others. I understand. I have matters here well in hand, so do what you must. Demajen, what you've done for us, for our nation and our family, I feel I can never express sufficient gratitude, but thank you, from the bottom of my heart. Still not the end of the act. And still level 99 quests. Either way, I'm going to have to end it there because I've been recording for many an hour today. And I'm starting to flag a little bit. So, if nothing else, I will cut it here. Because I've been trying to keep acts... Well, the first bit I've been trying to keep acts together, but to be honest, today would be an absolute bumper episode if I tried to keep all of Act 5 as one, so who knows how I'll split this up. I will say goodbye and good night. Thank you for watching, hope you've enjoyed. I do feel that my reactions have been somewhat stilted for this section as my mind has been racing, trying to wrap itself around the proceedings of this section of the plot. It's not that anything has been confusing, particularly. It's all been laid out, I think, fairly well for us. You know, the pacing has been absolutely great. But the whole progression of this act from, hey look, a big dome has appeared, to, yeah, it's just been mind-boggling. We are going to continue onwards today, and I'm assuming probably complete the MSQ. I don't know how much there is left to go. I still think it's a bit weird that we are actually still on level 99 quests, but we are. So I'll swap over to Reaper for this because it doesn't make any difference now. I've got no job that's anywhere near higher level enough to... as much as I'm enjoying Pictomancer, I'm not going to try and burn through 7 levels to try and get up to speed just to finish off the MSQ. So unfortunately, we're going to get some lost XP here, which I do think is a misstep in terms of their progression balancing. In pursuit of Sphene. Well, it was good to catch Kona up. Now we'll talk to the Sol... Who might this be from? Hello, that's right, Demajen is with me. Is that so? In that case, let's meet at Sunperch. See you soon. Stolla's heading back. I dare to hope she's found a way to pursue Sphene. If you're wanted to go on ahead to Sunperch, I'll pay our soldiers a quick call. Okay. That didn't take long. Back on track. Mind you, sassy Momcat's probably got something smart happening. Ooh. Gang's all here, including... Shale? Was it? Apologies for the wait. You're all here. Then that means... we believe we found a way to travel to the reflection to where Sphene has retreated. I was busy providing aid in Solution 9, so I haven't heard the details myself. Could you start from the beginning, Stolla? Per Sphene's own words, the gate atop Everkeep was opened and closed by the power of interdimensional fusion. And it was the artifact known as the Key that allowed her to control it. According to Katanram, the Key was brought with me to the source 20 years ago. It's stored on her earring, isn't it? It was then kept here in the palace until its theft by Zoralja, who used it in Yasuslani to fuse a portion of our world with this reflection. Following Zoralja's demise, Sphene claimed the key and disappeared through the gates. But we've still got the Golden City Gate, haven't we? But where exactly did that gate lead? In seeking the answer, we took another look at orogenics and made a startling discovery. As you all know, there should have been one more level at the summit of Everkeep. Should have been. The 12th level, the King of Isol's royal abode. Right. But when you actually went there, you saw that it didn't exist. Yes. Curious, we analysed Orogenics logs to see where the memories of the departed were being sent, and where should it be but through the gates to the missing 12th level. That level alone must have lain outside the fused region, and so was left behind. Then it means... the reflection to which Sphene has fled is her own. Indeed. It is Sphene's homeworld, and she has returned there to join the memories of her departed citizens. But as the key lies with her on the other side, we haven't the means to reopen the gates. Forgive me, but I thought we already knew she had gone home, or at least it seemed obvious to me. What I want to know is, how do we pursue Sphene if the gate here is closed? We use another gate, and it just so happens we know where one is. The Skydeep Senator. Cenote. Hi. All evidence suggests that the gate there leads to the world whence the Alexandrians and I came. But, assuming that's true, how can we open it? That is what we shall find out, using the code in this earring. Ta-da! As you recall, Qual's earring is in fact a data storage device. Nod. An analysis of it yielded a code, something used to contain a contraption. Control, even, a contraption. Very different sentence, wouldn't it be? A very large one at that. Given the circumstances of Kryle's arrival in the source, we believe that said contraption is the gate to the Golden City. This is admittedly an educated guess, but we're quite hopeful that it'll work. To make such progress in so short a time, you really are amazing. We couldn't have done it alone. The credit must go to the members of Oblivion for acquiring the information we needed, Cheryl especially. Right then, it seems the plan is set. To the Skydeep Senator. A happy band of adventuring types. Right. Oop. Are we going? Yes. I've told the officers of the Landsguard about my intentions. They fully support our endeavour. Begging your pardon, Demajen, but might I have a moment here setting forth? Oh, you're already going to give her the thing. Yes, I thought to save it for later, but in light of these developments, I feel now is the time. Miss Lamity says, I have something for you. Please come with me to Bayside Bevy. That's the crafting. No, what you make is the crafting area. Bayside Bevy is the place for the market board and stuff, isn't it? What's he going to give us? Ah, is it time for artifact armor? It could be AF time. Yes, as much as I love the visuals of Solution 9, Tulial definitely has the best music. The better music of the two. Still good. Oh, I was hoping. These all shops. It's so different from Solution 9. I hope you like it. Yes, armour. Tulial is safe in no small part due to your valour. As a token of our appreciation, I've commissioned special equipment for you. While it is inadequate as an expression of gratitude, I pray it will serve you well in your coming mission. It apparently incorporates foreign technology. Leave it to Kona to request such a thing, eh? Well, Zunta yonder has the equipment in his keeping. Just say the word and he will bring it out. You may now obtain JSE from Wazunte. Equipped to level 99, item level sync. No longer synced at level 100. Can be died upon completion of role quests. Okay. Now, I haven't seen the JSE. I believe some of it was shown off in one of the live letters. But I haven't watched the live letters. So, Reaper, Vendetta, Assassin's Gear, okay. Okay, let's ourselves somewhere that we can actually see ourselves in full. Now, boots. Okay, quite dark leather with some slight accenting. Trousers. Okay, yes, that is very Reaper. Got holes in. Let's go with gloves. Gloves with slight fingery things. Light fingery things. Yes, that's... Okay. Hood. Oh, we actually get to see the hood. That's not terrible. Coat. Oh. Ooh, feathery shoulders. It brings to mind Stolar's garb. Quite like that. Interesting cutaway. Surprisingly revealing for this game. Yeah, I quite like that. Not so sure about the hood, but then, to be honest, I'm never sure about the hood. Possibly because I spend so much time, and have spent so much time, not being able to see it. Ooh. Yes. Yeah, I actually quite like the hood, but I don't think I'm going to wear it because, frankly, I like Demajen's hair. That'll do me, I think. I'm quite pleased with that. As a glam, I think that could get used quite a lot. Right, let's... This isn't the only one we can get, I assume. Let's take a look at the Dirk Nets while we are here. I assume I can get this as well. Maleficus. The Fallen's gear. Fallen's cuirass. Fallen's gloves. Fallen's choosers. Fallen's soloret. This particular set of gear has actually really grown on me. Right. Fallen's solorets. Nice metal texture. Dark, as you would probably expect from a Dark Knight. Trousers, not going to make a huge amount of difference because the solorets are so big, but we do have a nice metal codpiecey style thing. Gloves. I think that's just those bits there. Helmets. Don't get to see the helmet on the Viera. Can't say I'm massively surprised at that. Ooh, big skirt. I wouldn't mind the big skirts if they had better cloth physics or any cloth physics, but they don't. I get it, and I like it when it's static, I think is the best thing that I can say. I like it when it's static, but the skirt stuff just doesn't work. And the sword is a big slab of spiky metal with some glowy bits, because of course it does. Yeah, I mean, there's no mistaking what job we are. Definitely a Dark Knight. Right. We'll check I've got all my equipment sorted. Yeah, I like this. I like this set. But possibly because it's a little bit stolery. Let us continue. I suppose we could take a look at the others, couldn't we? Let's take a look at the Paladin stuff. I'm not going to be getting that for a while. No glow on that one. Caballerius. I mean, it's very Paladin. I think the blue's a little bit muted. It's more kind of felty, I think, than anything else. That's the Paladin. What am I most likely... Well, I suppose I could check out... Pictomancer. Pictomancer's turban. Again, not visible. That looks a chunk like the one that we've already got. I wonder if everything looks a bit flat in here because it doesn't use the lighting. Because it's just a preview. It doesn't look like the materials are lit in much the same way. Yeah, the trousers are less baggy. It's alright. Yeah, not bad, not bad. Healer. I'm most likely to level Scholar first. Pedagogy mortarboard. Oh, we actually get the hat for that. It's tiny. Hi. Ah. Pedagogy gown. Oh, now that's unusual. We haven't had a jackety one for a while as a scholar. We got the shorts back. And the long boots. They look very similar to ones that we've seen before. That's quite nice. I mean, I probably wouldn't wear the hat because the hat looks a little bit daft, frankly. But I see that does have quite nice suede texture on it. I think that would probably work quite well with previous AF stuff as well. The shorts are a nice touch. Anyway, let us continue onwards. Through the Gate of Gold. Ultimat is eager to set off. With your shiny new gear, I reckon you're ready for anything. Come, let's head to the Skydeep Serenity. Access to the area is presently restricted per my orders, so I shall accompany you. Surely they'd let Ultimat through. Down we go. Take the imposing beast. We can't just fly down here, can we? Oh, interesting. We can. I wasn't expecting that at all. The City of Gold, where it all began. And here we are again. Oh. Kona has already gone inside, but I couldn't help but take a moment Just being here takes me back. It wasn't even that long ago that we visited for the rite. So much has happened since then. Truly, guided by my grandfather's letter, I crossed the seas in search of answers. What awaits us on the road ahead, I know not, but I shall walk it to the end with you all. Come on, let's go. I assume we're going to find the remnants of Erenville's mother through here. Because the fact that the connection was cut off implies that she is on the other side of the gates.
Electrope everywhere one turns, harboring vast amounts of lightning. This place is very much alive. Kryl, try holding your earring to the terminal.
It'd be great if this didn't work. Oh! Animation budget is spent on that. Warning! Oh, that didn't work.
No luck.
Don't give up yet. The terminal reads the code. It might just need higher clearance. Galulja, would you give it a try?
You be the king.
If the king's authority is passed to you, then the gate ought to open.
Ah, makes sense. Something that he can do.
But
Make a difference.
I leave behind that which I've gained by the sweat of my brow. It is yours to embrace
or to spurn.
or spurn.
Good word, spurn. Not used very often these days. He does remind me very much of a Kermit the Frog style hand puppet. They've done good work actually with facial animation in this, considering the kind of limited framework. Bing.
What?
What? And open. So was it Sphene? It must have been Sphene's voice, wasn't it? Behind the door that Zoraljah first heard. And the question of how this was built here in the first place. Yes. Hurrah! Woohoo! Her parents were definitely...
The earring. It really was.
Oh.
Remarkable. A void gate is forced open with a blast of ether, and thus appears as a tear in the fabric of reality. In contrast, this is the stitchwork of a master, neatly hemmed, without a thread out of place. A power to be reckoned with.
Yeah, their technology is impressive.
But now isn't the time to marvel. If Galulja can open the gate, then so too can Sphene close it.
Yes, less proselytizing.
Wise to employ magics in its defense, both to maintain its stability and ward off interference. While I am able to invoke said magics, I cannot sustain them alone. I require another to channel with me, and in unison.
Oh, Riange.
For that role, I do humbly volunteer myself. But even our combined efforts offer no certainty of success. Might we prevail upon the two of you to lend your support?
No twins for us then.
Of course. If coordination between mages is required, few would be better suited than Alize and myself.
But Alice wants to see.
Shall I remain as well?
While your presence would be welcome, I'd rather you joined the expedition team.
Yes, you've got a bit of expertise in the whole going from other world things.
For despite our earnest efforts, the gate may well end up closed once more. In such a situation, it may fall to those on the other side to devise a method to reconnect our worlds. A task with which you are not unfamiliar, as I recall.
I have faith it will not come to that, but should it? I will endeavor not to disappoint.
Yeah, because there is the potential, isn't there, of just,
So,
realistically,
assuming Wuk Lamart, Kryl, and
being
Eren
completely
were
closed
given
off.
for this foray,
I'll make myself useful here by guarding those who are maintaining the gate. Should any threats emerge, from the world beyond or otherwise, I'll deal with them.
Good, good.
As will I.
Good, good. Yeah, so we're taking a light party through.
Which leaves you free to head in there and do what you do best.
Look fashionable and stylish in this outfit. Nice size detail. So sure about the necklace with the rest of the garb, but you know. Alistair wants to come with us. Bless him. Make sure we can return while we're still young and beautiful, right?
It's fine. Really.
Mostly. Oh.
Just don't let her bear the burden alone. Do you hear?
Our biggest fan, second biggest fan, biggest fan. Ali versus Graha. Who would win in a competition of fandom? Put your votes down in the comments below. Right. Once again, I must leave Lamity in your care. Please return safely. I'll keep everyone safe. Just concentrate on your own task. I'd dearly love to accompany you, but this time I will content myself with seeing you off. Where you now go, I pray you find hope. I look forward to hearing your account upon your return. To be completely honest, it is all I can do not to throw myself into that light. But I must resist the urge, my presence will be required here should the gate close. It wouldn't do to lose everyone, a champion not least of all. I've done all I can. If you should meet Kakiwa, please tell her I said thank you. This power I've inherited, I'll use for good. I will. 20 years ago I emerged from that gate. Whether or not the answers I seek lie on the other side, I will see things through. I'd be lying if I said I'm not nervous, but your presence gives me comfort and courage. I hope your other travel companions often feel the same. We who remain want for neither expertise nor experience. Worry not on our account, and fix thy gaze upon the path ahead. That was not the right voice for Urianger. En route here, I caught sight of a large lizard. It looked palatable enough, so I shall hunt it later. We can enjoy the meat while you regale me with tales of the world beyond after you've returned. I'm needed here. I accept that. I'm not a child anymore. I spare no effort doing my part, so you do yours too. Together, we'll protect what we hold dear. There's no telling what dangers we'll face, I know. But if my mother is out there, I need to find her. And give her a piece of my mind. If Sphene is intent on plundering ether from other worlds, then our task is clear. We must stop her. We cannot be allowed to harm anyone else, neither those who are dear to us, nor strangers we have never met. Let's go! Boom, 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 boom.
'Tis done. Whenever you're ready.
It's wibbly. So, onwards to Zone 6. Which I'm assuming is going to be
We'll protect the port.
bonkers.
Keep it open no matter what.
It'd be really, really interesting if we just step out into Alexandria from FF9, just straight up, but I don't think that's going to happen. I really don't know what to expect, actually.
Beyond lies an unknown reflection.
Mm-hmm.
Short of asking an Ascian, we unfortunately have no way of identifying which one it is.
What if we run into one?
Well, what we do know is that it's Sphene's domain. place where she brings back those who've been lost. So for now, why don't we call it the Unlost World?
I see what you've done there. The Lost World being a classic of pulp fiction where adventure is this kind of thing.
Right. Let's go.
The Unlost World. Yes, I'm certain that in some way we are going to find out which of the reflections it is. I think it would probably be daft to not do so, because they know people are going to want to know. And oh. Oh.
How to describe the sheer amazement we felt when we emerged on the other side of the portal?
Still people here.
I fear words do not do it justice. Before us was a vibrant world where the memories of the departed abided and reveled in bygone days.
So this is all virtual.
Living memory, or so the Endless called it. How
So
they laughed and smiled as they reminisced upon unfulfilled dreams, alive in all perceivable ways, yet knowing no loss. So resplendent was every ilm of this paradise. The words rose unbidden to my lips.
Golden City.
All this time, it was here. The city of gold.
Aha. Living memory. But, as they said, it requires a ridiculous amounts of ether to keep it going. If only we had Stola here to be able to tell us what was real and what was not. City of Gold is an apt description indeed. Neither the void nor the first. We are indeed come to an unknown reflection. There's a freaking volcano over there. Oh, I've forgotten to sort of Kryl. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. We've literally stepped into the Yokwoi legend. Whichever reflection this may be, it would seem the barrier between here and the source is thin in Yaktel. That would explain the Yokwoi's vision and the location of the gates. Hey, Erenville. That volcano over there. I don't suppose it's real. Is it? An actual volcano spewing forth lava in the middle of a city? I'd like to see that. Hey, you never know. Look, there's a path down. Let's see where it goes. I'm not going to open the map. Hold on. There's an aetherite underneath us? Yeah, again, we've got the kind of fantasy battlements and stuff contrasting with the giant fairgrounds. I mean, that's Sphene, one assumes. And all that data and ether. Don't know which it's supposed to be. Wonder how much of this we're going to get to actually explore. Because I assume it's an entire... Well, it is an entire zone, but whether all of it's going to be a place we can go... Yeah, they've got the classic Alexandrian buildings from FF9. I see Electrope is used here too. There's no mistaking the design of this aetherites. The people here, could they be... It's strange, though I've never been to this place before, it somehow makes me feel nostalgic. Unlike Everkeep, with all its advanced technology, here it's brick and stone, like we've travelled to the past. The difference is maybe more superficial than you'd think. Take a good look at the buildings around us. There's electrope everywhere, along with myriad contraptions. Like how Sphene projects her image onto soldiers, I believe this city's appearance is artificial. This aetherite is identical to the one in Everkeep, is it not? Yep. This suggests that this place is Alexandrian. That would seem a fair assumption. In light of all this, could it be this city is Everkeep's missing 12th level? Welcome, friends. Welcome. Hello. Who are you? My name is Constancy, and like you, I am an Endless. We have been recreated from the memories of those who have exhausted their souls, the departed, in other words. Great effort is taken to ensure the integrity of your memories, so it will feel no different from when you were flesh and blood. Go along with it for now. I'm a caretaker here at Living Memory, City of the Endless, and it is my pleasure to provide guidance to newcomers such as your good selves. City of the Endless? At a glance, there seems to be many different facilities. What kind of place is this? Simply put, it is a recreational attraction. The city is divided into 4 areas, each of which captures scenery that once defined our continent. In this way, we ensure that what is lost is not forgotten. All precious memories endure forevermore. In Everkeep's early days, this place was used by the living, but it was made a haven for the Endless hundreds of years later. Now then, if you'd please follow me, I shall give you a guided tour. Do take care, as wildlife brought here for preservation roams freely. Hold on a moment. While the tour would be interesting, it's Sphene that we've come to see. Oh, so you wish to meet the Queen? In that case, you are in luck. It was just announced that Her Majesty will enter into a slumber, but there is still time. Into a slumber? If you try calling to her before the Meso terminal, at the centre of the city, she will likely appear. I'm not sure how things work around here, but let's head to this Meso terminal. Thanks, Constancy. We'll take you up on the tour next time. I shall look forward to it. Good luck seeking out Her Majesty. That was too easy. That was too easy. Did I attune to this? I've already forgotten. We have over here Gemstone Trader, Vendor Units. Got the level 98 stuff. What was the maiming stuff like? A slightly more felty version of it. Nice. I wonder what the general consensus. So pretty. Yes, I wonder what the general consensus on this section of the game has been. If there even is a general consensus, I strongly suspect that the expansion as a whole has probably been quite divisive, I would think. Like the chamber in the Skydeep Serenity, the electrope here produces a strong golden light. Difference in energy levels, perhaps? Huh. Be interesting to fly around this place. Yes, I haven't given much thought to kind of my overall thoughts on the expansion so far. I've been very much swept along with it. I wonder, can the Endless venture elsewhere, or can they only survive here? I suspect they can only survive here. The plants are real as far as I can tell. Not everything is an illusion. So is this the remains of their world, or is it... See, I like this kind of stuff, but I know that there's a good percentage of people that just don't like the sci-fi in their fantasy. Which is one of the reasons why I think this is probably going to be quite a polarizing expansion.
Sphene? Are you there?
But also, arguably, the fact that, realistically, Wuklimat is the kind of protagonist for this, and we are a bodyguard, essentially.
If you are, say something. We need to talk. Sphene.
That you should come here.
I haven't known you long, Sphene, but I know you have a good heart. Your love for your people is proof of this.
She's going to explain here that without the ether, all of this is going to die.
I can't let you do what you're trying to do. And deep down, I don't think you want to do it either.
I want a world without suffering. A world where nothing is lost. Would that such a place existed.
I've been umming and ahhing about the voice actor for this. It sounds a bit like either Reen or Alizé at times.
But the endless only grow in number, and ever more life forces needed to sustain them. Within the barrier, we have managed to curb the cycle of rebirth these few hundred years. But we've reached the limit. That is why I looked to interdimensional fusion, to harvest what we needed from your world, from your people. And with the key, we will have it.
But eventually you were going to run out.
And once you've plundered our world of ether, what then? Will you do the same to others? All men eventually die. If you make endless of everyone, you will never have enough ether to sustain them. You but prolong the inevitable.
Yep.
Sphene, if you would nevertheless persist in this folly, we must stand against you. For we too have people we cannot lose, places to which our hearts belong.
Demajen, I would have loved nothing more than to work hand in hand with you to tend our nations. But fate is cruel. By the time it had brought us together, our futures had already been written. The kind and gentle Queen Sphene was too weak to serve her people, and so she will serve them no more. I will erase all memories of the living Sphene, she who has cursed me with this soft and powerless nature. Freed from conscience, I shall become a ruler that can protect Alexandria. A devourer of worlds.
That's such an awful juxtaposition.
When two nations cannot protect their own without doing harm to the other, there can only be one resolution. It is a hard truth, but one you understand, don't you?
Yeah. Evil is not inevitable. Find another way.
I'm afraid we're out of time. The process has begun, and it cannot be stopped.
She's going to erase herself. What are you going to do? There's nobody here to fight.
Mesoterminal memory deletion in progress. Mesoterminal memory deletion in progress. Upon completion, interdimensional fusion will commence.
Sphene!
Jeez. The idea of deleting what made you who you are so that you can live without the consequences. The Endless were unsustainable from the first. Sphene has been fighting a lost cause. While Sphene's intentions are good, her methods are anything but. We cannot yield at any cost. The Endless exist in defiance of the laws of nature, but they exist nonetheless, with Sphene holding them to be no different from the living. What do we do now? Damn it. I felt I'd come to understand Sphene, but I'm still clueless. Utterly clueless. Those who live forever. My back is starting to hurt. Damn it. Back in a mo, or potentially later than a mo, depending on how long this takes. Well, that didn't work, did it? 7 hours yesterday. Wasted. Because I just couldn't. So I didn't get any recording done, I didn't finish the story, I didn't get anywhere. The short break that I said I was going to go and take. Yeah. So I've got to try and remember what was happening now. We'd just spoken to this portal thing, hadn't we? And Sphene was deleting herself, or deleting the remnants of her former self, which I'm hoping will have been backed up somewhere by Kakiwa or somebody like that. So, let us attempt to continue for as long as I can. It's 7:02 AM on the 5th of July. Those who live forever. It doesn't seem like we can do much else here. Let's return to the Aetherite for now. The caretaker, Constancy. Perhaps he can tell us more about this business of Sphene going into a slumber. I assume Sphene requires the most power because of the power in terms of energy, because of her power. Although maybe she hasn't needed much because she's been a kind and benevolent queen, and, you know, being kind doesn't take anywhere near as much energy as fighting. Yes, the ins and outs of this realm interests me greatly. The red lift? Or the blue lift? Or the yellow lift? Or the green lift? I assume they're going to take us to 4 separate quadrants. No sign of constancy. Don't tell me he's gone somewhere else. Is that? No, that's not him. He's left the area. Well, that's not very constant of him, is it? He's nowhere in sight. Perhaps he has taken other recent arrivals on a tour? Looking for someone, are you? Yes. He was here just earlier, a fellow named Constancy. Wait, what? This is Kakiwa. Hello everyone. You made it here, as I knew you would. Is that who I think it is? It is. It's Kakiwa. Memory of her. Not another. This is the first time some of you have seen me in the proverbial flesh, isn't it? Feast your eyes then. She who was controlling that unassuming machine was a ravishing Shatona maiden. That was a bit much. That was a bit much, wasn't it? Ignore me. So it was true that you're here means... I tried to tell you so many times. My courage always failed me. I'm indeed an endless. I've been for quite a while now. Emerville? Now, you've come to stop Sphene, yes? I can help with that, but I have a request to make. You know how to stop her then? Pull the plug. While there are no guarantees, your coming here makes it a distinct possibility. As my wish is relevant to your mission, will you hear me out? You can decide what to do afterwards. Excellent. To begin, we'll need to head to a different area. See that sentry? I'll have them grant you access to the zipline. Zipline? What is that? Oh, come on. Ziplines are not a technological idea. A fun little mode of transport. They don't see much use, though, as we enders can teleport freely within living memory. This particular line will take you to a zone called Canal Town. I'll be waiting for you there. So they can just teleport around. With that endearing pushiness, it could only be Kakiwa. Let's go. Everybody looks to Erenville. Sorry, Elenishbia. Oh, man is torn. Can't say I'm surprised by this. Yes, I'm wondering about the prospect of shutting everything down. You know, if we stop the Queen, to stop the Queen, do we have to shut down everything? And in which case, does that shut down everybody here who are just living forever? Immortals at what cost? You know, they're not immortal in the sense that the ancients were essentially immortal. I think they were essentially immortal, weren't they? The precursors to the Ascians, they didn't just age and die, they just lived. But they were so powerful in terms of their natural reserves of ether that it wasn't an issue. Whereas here, we have people who are striving for that. Well, they're not even striving for it, are they? It's just what's happened to them. And the question is there going to be any conflict or strife here? You know, are there going to be people that are disgruntled by their lot in eternal life, or is it simply just going to be heavenly bliss for all of them? It has the look of the contraptions found throughout the Isle of Harm, does it not? Yes. I think I know how it works. I've got this. Akiwa's already teleported ahead, it seems. I'm sorry, it's just... she's gone. It's to see and hear her carrying on like nothing's... I don't know how to feel. Yeah. So we've got a wind district, a water district. And I'm assuming the other two were fire and earth. Yes, they've even got the correct colours. Yeah, you don't seem to be... Error, user registration confirmed. I bid you welcome to Canal Town, a resort of romance and relaxation. Please enjoy your stay. Are they all actual proper zip lines? I thought they were going to have like a carriagey thing. Whee! Quail looks so tiny in comparison. So the canals is the relaxation districts. What a charming place. It's all a facade, of course. That's them. The people Sphene strives to protect. But there are more and more and more of them every day. They look happy. They've got no worry about dying, have they? So, what's this request of yours? Burn it all down. I want you to erase us. Erase the endless. What? 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 Not surprised by this. And that is the big moral quandary, isn't it? They are still, in some way, shape or form, people. Maybe just memories, maybe subsisting on vast quantities of ether that they're essentially... the Queen's going to steal from other places. But... can we essentially... What she's just asked us to do there is essentially genocide. Completely wiping out a people. And that... for now, let us hear the rest. And by race she means... you must have reasons. Yeah, because it's essentially a big simulated... it's the Matrix, isn't it? Yeah, we've got to shut down the Matrix. Except that the people here don't have bodies to return to. Yeah, they're not in pods. They're dead. They're just the memories of an existence. Oh, come now, spare me those gloomy faces. Being alive, you're the only ones who can do this, and we won't have a better opportunity than now while Queen Sphene is busy preparing to initiate interdimensional fusion. It's wrong to sacrifice others to sustain the endless, this I firmly believe. But, talking to you now, you seem as real as any of us. If you need an answer right away, I don't know if I can give it. Is there a reason we need to act so soon? Because, as you just said, it's wrong to sacrifice others to sustain us. Remember, we need life force, other forms of ether don't cut it. In the beginning, we managed from the ether of those who died in the barrier, but as our numbers grew, there began to be a shortage. That's why Queen Sphene looked to other sources. Even the ether I'm composed of may have come from the victims of the attack on Tuliolol. can't bear that thought. Can't bear to exist because someone died. We'd probably feel the same way if we were in your shoes, but what exactly are you asking us to do? In each zone there's an enormous data storage device called a terminal. It's where our memories are kept. If you shut down a terminal, the memories within will disappear, along with those endless created from them. The big data plugs. But does this need to be done now? Can't we stop Sphene first and then take it from there? It's precisely in order to stop Sphene that it must be done now. Her own memories are stored within the mesoterminal, which stands at the heart of living memory. As you'd expect, the terminal's defences are extremely tight, but it has moments of vulnerability, such as when it has just finished calculations, which we can exploit to shut it down from within. While we wait for that opening, we erase the Endless. Once we are gone, Sphene will no longer have a reason to plunder ether from other worlds. Would Sphene simply allow us to shut down the terminals? No! In preparation for fusion, the mesoterminal is currently performing massive calculations while gathering energy. Even if the system notices us, it cannot easily suspend the process. Rather than doing so, I believe it will attempt to accelerate the timetable and bridge worlds before the plan can be thwarted. It wouldn't be a decision Sphene would wish to make, but she'd be able to save those who are stored in the mesoterminal at least. There's sense in your strategy, and in resolving to stop Sphene, we had anticipated there might come to this. But to actually talk about erasing the Endless is difficult. Yeah? You needn't feel any guilt. No matter how lifelike we may seem, we Endless are but facsimiles crafted from memories. Besides, stopping Sphene requires that you shut down the mesoterminal, which sustains all of us. Sooner or later it will need to be done. If we are to be erased, then let it be before people come to harm. Before more people come to harm. Living, breathing people with futures they deserve to experience. I don't want you to go. Thank you for respecting my wish. And as a personal request, while her actions cannot be condoned, I ask that you afford Queen Sphene a measure of understanding. Know that she herself didn't choose to become an Endless. It was preservation that made the choice for her. She is powerless to resist her purpose. Yeah, and that's essentially key to it, isn't it? She is hard-coded in much the same way that MSQ and La Hebrea and all of the other tempered by Zodiac Asians were. You know, they no matter how much they knew that they were incapable of complete autonomy, because they were, yeah, they couldn't resist what they had essentially trapped themselves in. At least in Sphene's case, she didn't trap herself. What do you mean? The Sphene you know is an ideal that preservation brought to life. Harnessing the love the living Sphene bore for her people, they brought forth an eternal queen whose primary directive is to preserve the Endless. But as you know, the Endless consume ether. Sphene was compelled to find ways to procure it, and that compulsion has driven her to resort to interdimensional fusion. In a sense, the comparisons that we've been making all the way through about, well, Stola especially has been making all the way through about Void Scent is 100% accurate here. You know, just like the Void Scent require ether to keep on going, So to do the Endless, it's no different in that way. The difference is that was the Void Scent, I believe, can use basically any ether and end up cannibalizing each other because of it. They specifically have to use Life Force for the Endless. What? Are you telling me the original Sphene wouldn't have chosen this? Of course she wouldn't. What the Queen might have done, only she herself would know. I wonder if we're going to be able to use that. You know, whether we will be able to reach out to her. I mean, that would be a very Final Fantasy thing, wouldn't it? Being able to reach out to the original memory and get the original memory of the Queen fighting back against this facsimile that she has been kind of tied into with programming and electrope. But the scientists of preservation have vanished, leaving their created Queen to walk alone. They've vanished? That's a very specific choice of term, isn't it? Which makes me wonder whether they were Ascians. So, as you go about your mission, think not that you're stopping a ruthless villain, but rather that you're relieving a troubled soul of her burden. Alright, Kakira, we understand now, both your reasoning and your feelings. But before we erase the Endless, I'd like to know them. I'd like to know what she fights tooth and nail for. If we're going to reject someone's beliefs, let it be after we've come to understand them. This is a lesson I learned from the Rite of Succession. I realise we're pressed for time, but if it's alright with you, I want to meet as many people as I can. You truly are Galul Jaja's kitten. Well, the calculations will take a while still. Should be fine if we do this as we proceed to the terminals. So essentially, on each of these 4 routes to a terminal, we are going to speak to the people, we're going to find out about the people, and then we are going to erase them. And of course, we use people quite loosely here, but that's going to make it harder and harder to do. I'm with you. We might not be able to learn everything, but it would nevertheless be meaningful if we could glimpse the hearts of those who inhabit this place before we set them free. And that's a very poetic way of describing it, isn't it? Before we set them free. As if they are prisoners. Which, in some kind of technical way, they are. They can't leave, but the question is, would they want to? I'll leave you to it then. When you've finished here, come and find me at the fountain near that big clock tower. Right, split up and find some locals to speak with. I assume Erenville's going to want to stay and talk to his mom. It really is a lovely place. You should run along and enjoy it while you can. He can't even... can't bring himself to interact with her. Yeah, he'd resigned himself to an understanding that she'd deceived him and that she was dead, and now she's shown up again. Shades of Venice. We've also got water sprites here, which is interesting. You there? Have you tried the popcorn from that stall? You haven't? You don't know what you're missing. I consider myself something of a gourmand, and believe me when I say the classic salt flavour is amazing. The saltiness is simply exquisite. That's the only way to describe it. Once you have a mouthful, it's impossible to stop until it's all gone. After you've tried that, I urge you to seek out other stalls. There are lots of them everywhere, offering all manner of delights. Other recommendation, off the top of my head. The ice cream over in Azile Volcane. So smooth and rich and... just thinking about it's giving me a hankering. That's it. I'm going to go and have some right now. And off he pops. The endless seem to eat the food with relish, but it couldn't be real, could it? Welcome! We have popcorn and cookies by way of snacks and mugs and plushies for the memories. It's interesting that they should have anything for the memories, because if they are endless, why would they need... Part of me hopes that my parents are here too, but it's probably too much to ask for. Yeah. I mean, the fact that we have got enemies here, and aggressive enemies at that, and of course we have to, because we need fates and so on and so forth, because it's, you know, it's a zone. So for the game purposes, it makes sense. But in terms of... In terms of why they would allow it... Well now, I don't believe I've seen you around here. A newcomer, I take it. It's wonderful here, let me tell you. Why, I just bumped into a dear friend in life, and we've been whiling away the hours reminiscing. So they're very aware of the fact that they're dead. So I suppose it's heaven to them, isn't it? This is what their ideas of heaven might have been. Might have been more like days, actually. You don't get a sense of time here. By the way, did you hear the announcement earlier? As much as I love this place, I wonder if Queen Sphene can really sustain us forever. I suppose there's no use worrying about such things. Anyway, thanks to you, we found a break in our conversation. Let's go and ride the gondola next. So they know. I will not object to your decision. And as my mother says, you needn't feel any guilt. Yet I admit I myself am still conflicted. To have such doubts after coming all this way, it's laughable, isn't it? Not really. Your ancestors were refugees from Lindblom. What tales they must have. I must say, I'm starting to enjoy myself. Even if it's only brief, this has the feel of a journey. I suppose they don't have journeys. If they are persistent. Oh, hello there. Taking in the sights of Canal Town too, are you? Both my wife and I just adore this place. We'd become estranged in life, she and I, but being here gave us the chance to reconcile. I couldn't be more grateful for the chance to spend these blessed little moments together again. I have no more regrets. Whether Her Majesty's plan succeeds or no, I can rest with peace in my heart. Well, we shall continue on our way, but we hope to see you again. Till next time. So there's a degree of contentment. As if they realise, they understand that they have been given more time. Which is, you know, that's a classic storytelling thing, isn't it? And let's be honest, it's a storytelling device with ridiculous amounts of truth in real life. We all wish. Well, no, I don't want to generalise with all, but many people wish at the end that they had more time, that they aren't going to die with their regrets, with things left unsaid, with things, with reconciliations not fulfilled and so on and so forth. And this has given them the opportunity to do that. Welcome, welcome! Have a browse and let me know when you're ready to order. You're here on that lady's recommendation as well, I take it? Oh, it was a lady, was it? The Lalfell. I had been wondering what the endless do for sustenance, so it seemed a good opportunity to learn. Oh, this is your first time eating, is it? The food here is created using ether and memory data. To us, it tastes just like the real thing. So how about it? Would you care for some popcorn? Let's give it a try, shall we? That's the spirit. Find a table you like and I'll bring it right out. Unless you worry, there's no charge. All the food is free here. That way! To your table! Food created with memory data. How will this taste to the living, I wonder? Well, as they say, there's only one way to find out. It'll either taste like nothing, or it'll taste exactly as it should. Perfect popcorn. You sample a handful of popcorn. While it has texture, you can detect no taste whatsoever. Good gods. It tastes like nothing at all. I mean, it's amazing. I've never had such tasty popcorn. It's not our bestseller for nothing. So it interacts with... What about you? Yum. The saltiness is exquisite. Haha! It's always special watching newcomers eat for the first time. Yes. Why? Like it's a ritual. They're just like the people who ever keep. Their communal spirit, their delighted smiles, exactly the same. Thank you for your custom. Come again, anytime. I don't think we will. By the way, prior to this, a young man caught my eye near the canal. He appeared to be searching for something and rather frantically. Did you perchance see him too? Oh. Oh. I must say I'm curious as to what has him so flustered. Could you help me look for the fella? Yeah. Oh, thanks. Let's head to where I saw him. I wonder if the monsters here are because the Endless are being corrupted in some way. Maybe they're losing their form or whatever. That's probably a bit much of a step, isn't it? So it seems he's no longer in the vicinity. Let's keep looking. Whatever it is that troubles him, perhaps we can be of assistance. I'm sorry, XP. I'm sorry. In serenity and sorrow. I cannot claim to know exactly how Endless behaved, but hopefully our man has not gone far. Let's split up to search for him. He's an Eldite with fair hair. So he's an elf. It's this thing. Also, can we get these headbands? The opportunities for merch. Yeah, I really like what they've created here, and I like the kind of moral dilemma that we've got. The most wondrous thing has happened. My mother was recently reunited with a good friend of hers. I imagine they're doing their best to make up for lost time. Speaking of all that has happened since last they met. Indeed, I expect it will be some time until she returns, so I was thinking of procuring a few snacks to pass the time. Have some popcorn to start. Huh. Who have you lost? Oh. They're just walking around in opposite. Okay, that's entertained me. I was about to start speculating as to whether the Endless were starting to disappear. But no. The Endless are also a little bit daft. This is very nicely realised. Hello, fair-haired man. God strike me down. We reunite again after 100 years, and what should happen? Yes, my apologies, but I'm in some haste. If you have something to say, please make it brief. Your friend noticed that I seemed troubled, so you've been looking for me. What kind souls you are. I've lost something important. The engagement ring intended for my beloved. A lanky, monkey-like fiend stole it from me. After running hither and thither, I managed to locate the beast in yonder square, but I'm uncertain how I should take the ring back. Once I might have considered fighting for it, but given the shortage of ether, the danger is simply too great. If I were to be struck down and my essence dispersed, I'm not like to be remade for a long time. I cannot risk that, not after my beloved has finally been given form again after 100 years. Though it pains me to do so, I shall give up on the ring, but I thank you for your kind concern. Interesting. So they've been rationing, by the sound of it. I really like this outfit. It's proper edgelord Reaper. I did get an ability at level 90, but I think it has to be activated. Yeah. Yeah. I think it's something to do with using Plentiful Harvest, so it's a very situational part of your rotation. I haven't tried it yet. It sounds like you activate Plentiful Harvest and then you can just use it and it replaces the Communio button, but I'm unsure. Oh, tissue again. Was there something else? I have this ring. Good heavens! This is the ring! You took it back from that beast? Yes. Thank you. Thank you ever so much. My ears have just popped. I see you've already resolved the situation, Demajen. Ah, you must be the friend who first noticed me. I owe you my gratitude as well. My name is Euclus. I was planning to propose to my beloved with the ring, and thanks to you I can do just that. Oh well, that is a cause to rejoice indeed. Did the two of you meet here? No, we were sweethearts in life, but I died young and she only followed me decades later. Even then, our reunion wasn't yet to be, for the ether shortage means not everyone can be recreated. I had to wait until recently to see her again. A reunion beyond death. Such a thing would be possible here, I suppose. I assume you're newly arrived? All our memories are stored in the terminals. Less than 1 in 10 of us has been given form at present. I myself have been reincarnated 3 times now, and each time there seems to be fewer of us. It's fairly a miracle that my beloved and I could meet. I see. Given the circumstances, the chances of existing concurrently with an acquaintance would be slim indeed, and slimmer still for a loved one. Truly. That is why I decided to do that which I failed to do in life, ask her for her hand. With her regulator, she was spared the sadness of my death. Even so, she never took another man for the rest of her days. She told me that, although she couldn't remember me afterwards, she could never shake the feeling that someone precious had been a part of her life. Sweet fool. Well, best get to it quickly, because we're going to tell you all off. The ring represents a yearning I've long carried, though I know full well it is only a construct, like these bodies of ours. There's a part of me that wonders if this is wrong. Not that I expect us to live forever, even in this form. But to be with the one I love once again and make her happy. However wrong this world may be, I have nothing but gratitude for Queen Sphene. Now, if you'll excuse me, I shall go make that proposal. I've made her wait long enough as it is. This isn't much, but please accept it as a token of my thanks. Oh yes, give it to Graha, who helped so much. Tickets. The gondola. To ensure that order is preserved, we must observe the proper way of doing things even here. It's very much like Queen Sphene to make it so, is it not? Take care, my friends, and see to it you have no regrets. This is just going to make it harder, surely. Well, I think it's about time we rejoin the others, but what do you say we go by gondola? I expect it won't be possible to do so once the terminals have been shut down. Come then, there's a Seeker vessel at the pier. Graha stands will be happy. Get to go on a gondola ride with the cat. We can push off at any time. Mind the gap when you're bored. Oh, I should have talked to Graha first, but I didn't, because I'm an idiot. Shocking. Every single one of you, I'm sure. You wouldn't have expected that. I'm surprised you didn't try and sit next to us. I do like the crystal clear water. Oh, and they've got light reflecting on us as well. That's just showing off. For FF14. Ah, there they are. We've made a difference. Do people really wave like that?
Do you remember what I said to you before all this?
No, I've completely forgotten.
That life is a series of journeys. That you must be true to yourself, for indeed, there's no telling what awaits.
Yes, well, I wasn't expecting this.
I don't know about you, but I certainly didn't expect to behold such sights. The future is as fluid as the water beneath us. Truly.
Uh-huh.
Tell me, my friend, have you ever wished to be reunited with someone who has passed away? I have. I do. But I think, above all else, I wish that they had lived. If only for one more day. Just one more day. A joyous one, if I could choose. I did all that I could to make it happen. I tried everything. And spared nothing.
A little bit of Graha backstory. We're talking on the first, or are we talking the future?
I was able to keep some few souls out of harm's way, but so many were beyond my power to save. What would I have done then, had I this? And you? Can you imagine yourself spending eternity here, knowing no loss?
Not really, no. As an atheist, the idea of life after death is just... Just nice to chat with you again, my friend. It feels as though it has been some time. Having met Endless like Euclid, I feel I've come to understand Sphene a little better. Anyone would wish those dear to them a long and happy future. She bears the burden of this desire for all of her subjects. Yet as Kroll says, we too have people we cannot lose. Come, you can get to the fountain via yonder bridge. Ah, you're walking into fiends there, mates. I'm not going to go via yonder bridge, because I don't want to bother fighting things. I'm instead going to take a lovely swim. Ah! Are we allowed to swim here? Nobody's tried to stop me. Oh, I discovered a new location. The Font of Devotion. Now that I look at it closely, the clock has no hands, on account of there being no need to keep track of time, perhaps. I noticed that earlier. Finished talking to the locals, have you? I'd be keen to hear your impressions. Kyle and Erenville are still out and about, it seems. No doubt getting themselves into trouble. So, how was it? What are your impressions of those you met? It was great. Everyone was so happy. Just talking to them made me happy too. What about you? Sweethearts reunited? That's a miracle. While it is a miracle after a fashion, the system strives to make such encounters possible. If you meet someone you know, it's probably not by chance. The terminals hold information on unfulfilled longings and use them to orchestrate reunions like Euclid's. I see. That the terminals can do this is impressive indeed, but there's one thing I do not understand. According to Euclid, his beloved passed away decades after he did, yet they all appear to be of a like age. Yes, people are not necessarily recreated as they were when they passed away. The appearance of an Endless, I speculate, reflects the happiest period in their life. Is that the case for you then? Not that I can tell how old you are as slowly as your people age. I'm not sure, to be honest. I have so many happy times, it's hard to know which one applies. I'm insufferably inquisitive. Whether it's nature or technology, I can't help but want to learn more about the world around me. You might say that discovery is what gives me joy, made me happy in life, and may have been a blessing afterwards. The other Endless are content with what they have here, you see. They don't develop the urge to leave. But I was so determined to see the world again that I taught myself how to gain control of a vessel and ventured outside. Heh, you're a proper rebel. Well, that's enough about me for now. While we wait for Kyle and Ereshbia, I have a favour to ask of you. As you may have noticed, most of the fountains here aren't running. That's because, despite its shiny appearance, this city is centuries old and everything is dreadfully run down. The fountains apparently used to put on magnificent shows, and I was hoping that we could get them working again. Giving the control units a dose of ether should be enough to restore the circuits and switch them on, but being an Endless, I'm unable to do that. I realise this is a selfish request, but at the last I'd like to treat the people here to the display. Just leave it to us. I'd love to see the show myself. And it is normal ether, it's not life force, so... Thank you. Control units are built into the surrounding lampposts. If you tend to a few of them, each, you'll be done before you know it. Once the fountains are fixed, we can round up in Ereshbia and Krile and head to the hydro terminal together. So, the time is nigh. Come, let us set to it. Part of my brain is almost looking at this like we are essentially switching off some form of life support. And I've got to admit, I'm not sure if that is or is not an odd way of looking at this. You know, turning off what's letting them hang on. Obviously, it's a very kind of different circumstance. But still, at the back of my mind, this is, you know, that's what part of it's doing. It looks like ordinary stone, but inside it's electrope. Talk about confusing. I do so love the view of the sky, the city from here. The picturesque scenes of passersby against the skyline is absolutely perfect. But the endless have greatly diminished. The buildings in the distance have grown dark. What will come next, I wonder? Yes. Will they know? I mean, the idea of turning them off at the happiest moment when they are all
We've switched on the circuit
enjoying the fountains.
Thank you, everyone. Hopefully, this does the trick.
Google, Google, Google.
Oh.
Huh? Ah! It's more than just the... I was going to say.
Amazing. Wow. Look, Mother, look.
Wow.
Hey. Yeah, give them a nice sending off.
I've never seen anything like it.
Oh dear. Yeah, people running from all over to...
Wuklamat! Oh, where are you?
Namikka.
By the gods, it's Namikka.
Oh, that's going to make this hard, isn't it?
Begging your pardon, but I'm looking for a child. A small Shibrali girl. Have you seen her by chance?
You are Namikka, aren't you? It's me, Wuklamat. Don't you recognize me?
Oh, what am I to do? The child and I, we aren't related by blood, but she's as dear to me as my own.
Interesting. She doesn't.
It's all right. You found her. I'm here.
You? Could it be?
Yes, Namikka. You know these eyes, this voice. It's me, Utlamat.
Oh! It is you! Oh, how silly of me. But if you're here, then that means...
No. I'm still alive.
Oh, good. Thank the gods for that.
So her happiest time when she was young and caring for baby Wuklamat.
But what power has brought us together again? This isn't a dream, is it?
It's not a dream. Or rather, it is a dream come true. I so wanted to hear your voice one more time.
Is this a delay tactic by the terminal? A distraction? Because we've just found out that the terminal
Just look at you, my Wuklamat.
engenders these random encounters.
Ever seen? Such hazards you must have braved and hardships endured to come so far.
It was tough, but I made it thanks to my friends. And to you, Namikka. I'm the person I am now because you always believed in me. Because you loved me as if I were your own daughter. Thank you. Thank you. You're everything I could have asked for. The best mother.
I'm so glad.
Oh, she glow? And that's become the happiest moment in her life, so she's now changed.
Looking back, I've had a blessed life. And it was because I was a part of yours. When I lost my child to illness, I thought I'd never know happiness again. But it rekindled in my breast the instant you smiled your little smile at me. You became my purpose, my joy.
You were mine too.
To have this chance to speak with you again and leave nothing unsaid. I know not how or why, but I am.
Yeah, this is orchestrated as a delay, says the cynic.
Where you must go, I cannot follow. But know that I'll always be with you. Take care of yourself. Promise me.
I will. Mama. I will. And one day, we'll meet again.
Just not here and not like this. Maybe not a delay tactic after all, but still potentially orchestrated by the terminal. Or maybe just random chance.
I understand why Sphene cannot bear to let them go.
Yep.
But as painful as it is to part,
That's part of life.
We're meant to live and die. To let go and let others carry on in our stead. We can't cling to everything forever.
You can't take it with you, etc., etc.
Come, let's keep moving.
That's life. Yes, there's a lot that can be said and thought about when it comes to the concepts here. Barrier? Can't go through there. I feel like there's also, and this could just be me reaching and or projecting, but the nature of this as a new story I feel like, because for many people, especially long-time fans of FF14, people who've been with it, if not since the start, like myself, and I keep on saying that because, you know, but people who've been playing the game since 2.0 or maybe even 3.0, which is when the game story got good, there's a lot of attachment to us, you know, to the player character, to the Warrior of Light as the main character in the story. And when it came to the Hydaelyn and Zodiac saga, yeah, you know, all the revelations about who we are and, you know, what our soul is part of and so on and so forth. Yeah, that went a long way, I think, to making people feel a sense of importance. You know, we were the main character. And in this, we're not. And I suspect, though again, I haven't been and checked reviews, I don't know what people are saying, because I've been trying, for the most part, to avoid social media. And of course, people in the FF14 community are generally pretty good when it comes to avoiding posting spoilers and stuff really early on in the expansion. You know, normally there's a couple of weeks grace period, as a lot of people in the community try and, you know, call it. And of course, not everybody's terminally online. So I don't know what is being said. I'm in some ways I'm kind of trepidatious about finding out. You know, because I've really enjoyed this, and it will, in some ways, I think, sadden me if other people have not been enjoying it as much as I have. But I expect there will be a big split in terms of, this Wuklemat, she's the main character, and we're just walking around next to her all the time, and we're not really doing anything. But that was in some ways, that was the whole point of the 6.x thing, the newfound adventure. We were going back to being an adventurer and going round and meeting new people and doing new things. You know, that's why we had Zero. Zero was the main character in that. Yeah, we did stuff, but it was Zero's story, and it was trying to get us used to this idea that we are going back to our roots to a certain degree. You know, yes, we've done a lot of stuff, and all the way through the expansion so far, I've been commented about, oh yeah, you know, somewhat flippantly, well, we've killed gods. We should be able to, you know, deal with this threat. But we are returning to our 2.0 roots, our level 1 route. We are an adventurer. Yes, we are doing big, grand things on a much more epic scale than we were because of how the story has progressed. You know, we're not denying everything, that's happened in the past, but we've hit a reset point. So the idea that this expansion has been somebody else's story, it's Kryle's story. to an extent, and I'm hoping we're going to get more about that, because I still think there's more to come with Quails. Maybe there's not. Maybe it's just she's, you know, the child of the founders of preservation or whatever. But I think this is going to rankle. Will have rankled some people. I think Wuklamat is a very endearing character, but I also think she's the kind of character that is probably going to split a player base. You know, I think her voice acting has been consistently good. The writing has been consistently well paced. The music has been great for the most parts. You know, not every tune can be a 10 out of 10 banger, but you know, the melancholy that we've got here is, you know, perfectly appropriate for, you know, make a screenshot of that. I also think the actual nature of this second half of the plotline, the heritage found, the tech city, I think that's probably gone some ways to dividing the player base as well, because it's not that we've done it before, because we haven't done it exactly like this, but we've got a sense of one-upmanship, I suppose, now. You know, you've got the Amarok reveal. Well, how do we one-up the Amarok reveal? Ultima Thule. How do we one-up Ultima Thule for the final zone? You know, we've gone from the edge of existence to this. I know there was the idea that this is all tied into FF9, and it's the barest of tie-ins realistically. But that's been the whole point, though, hasn't it? With the different tie-ins to different FF games. You know, FF12's had, I think, the most prominent of tie-ins. You know, with actual characters. Namikka looked truly happy. I've made a wonderful memory, thank you. The show was breathtaking, was it not? Just to make sure, Kakiwa, you're not going to disappear when we shut this terminal down, right? No, not just yet. It's the aero terminal in the northwestern zone that holds my memories. You already know how to operate the terminal. It's the same process as the fountain's control. I leave it for you to decide when to shut it down. Doing so will cause the endless here to fade away together with this beautiful scenery. If you still wish to speak with people or see the sights, you'll want to do that first. Upon shutting down the hydro terminal, it will not be possible to restore Canal Town to its present form. Well, there's nothing here that I need to do. There are no shops or vendors or side quests or anything, which would make sense because this is a point of no return for it. And that's unlike what we've had in other situations, isn't it? You know, the fact that we can still easily access Ultima Thule. The nature of the world doesn't change permanently. Or hasn't until this point.
Sleep tight, everyone.
feel like I shouldn't be sad for this, yet I am. This is Living Memory's true appearance. Thank you. I'd brace myself for it, but to actually erase the endless is hard. This hurts. I'd be lying if I said otherwise. But the only way now is forward. In serenity and sorrow. Erenville's going to have to deal with losing his mother again. It's going to be very interesting. When we first got here, and I may even have said this, I was looking forward to flying around this place and seeing everything in its glory. But of course, we're not assuming this is a permanent change, and the warning said it was. We are not going to be able to fly around the wonderful, golden, happy version of this place. We're going to be able to fly around this dead memory of a world with the reminders of what we've done. The land of dreams. Akira regards you and your companions with a sympathetic gaze and offers you some dye. Don't torment yourself. Ask this of you, so the burden lies with me. Remember, we endless are but facsimiles crafted from memories. You needn't feel guilt for erasing us. Be that as it may, it's so hard to say goodbye. It is. Nevertheless, it's our duty as the living to know and remember them. So let's pull ourselves together and keep at it. Keep seeking them out. That's the one tiny issue, though, isn't it? The fact that people don't remember them, because that's how the regulators have worked. The memories have been removed from the people. So, in doing so, we are placing all of the burden of remembrance on ourselves. It wouldn't surprise me if the final trial of this expansion is facing off against Sphene. And us leaving a kind of a shattered version of her with the memories of everything that she's failed to protect. We wouldn't do that deliberately, I don't think, but it's like it's her duty to remember her people. If at least one person remembers them, and obviously she knows them, whereas we don't. You know, we've met a small number. Let's pull ourselves together and keep at it. Keep seeking them out. I'd appreciate that. Come, let's head to the next zone. Yesterland it's called, and another zipline at the Gate of Remembrance will take you there. But I ought to mention. While shutting down a terminal should erase the endless bounds to it, those with strong unresolved feelings may linger for a time. If you encounter such individuals, perhaps you could lend them an ear, for their hopes are proof that they once lived. Remember us. Remember that we once lived. Again, very specific word choice. They've been doing that all the way through the expansion, deliberately choosing words that have been said to us or that are tied to something significant from past storylines. So we are going to have, as expected, remembered? We're going to have side quests and stuff. Who's sticking around? I'm actually going to do this, I think. Well, I probably won't cut this out. I'll probably leave this in. I've been doing the aethercurrent quests and stuff after the fact, usually. But I think because we're in the final zone and because the storyline here has a certain degree of impact. And actually, a lot of the side quests, because I've done quite a few of the side quests in Heritage Found, in Solution 9, because I found the situation so intriguing. I wanted to know more about what they were doing with it, the subtleties and the ins and outs. So I may well leave this in. You'll never guess what just happened. There I was, right in the middle of one of my tours. My customers just up and vanished. Nothing worse than not being able to see something through to the end. I need to do something with all this pent-up pep. I don't think I've ever given you the tour, so how about it? I promise I won't take up too much of your time. Now, Canal Town wouldn't be Canal Town without its water, and we're better to dip your toes into local history than two of our storied fountains. Come, I'll be waiting for you by the font of devotion. Okay, so we've got a tour. There you are. For such an obliging participant, I'll have to pull out all the stops. According to the legends, there are two water sources imbued with mystical properties in Canal Town. The first being this fountain right here. They say that a mere mouthful is enough to fill you with vim and vigour. Given that the town prides itself as a resort of revitalisation, there could hardly be a more fitting fountain. Whether you believe the old tales about its healing waters is another matter. Myths are myths, after all. I hope you aren't too disappointed. Nevertheless, though its waters may be decidedly mundane, the font still lives up to its name. Over the years, crowds have flocked to the fountain, invariably leaving soothed and refreshed. For those who display such devotion, perhaps there is something to be gained from a gulp or two. I hope that you whet your appetite, because another fountain awaits. No, I hope that whet your appetite, because another fountain awaits. Come and find me on the eastern side of town. Also, yeah, there's no music here. Not only have we taken away the people, but we have taken away the music as well. And that adds to it. The musical usage in Ultima Thule, the three different layers of the track from that final zone, was used as a crescendo, an escalation of the events that we were living through. And the weight on us. Excellent. Allow me to continue. You stand before another storied fountain. These waters are said to bring happiness to whoever tosses in a coin. And if you are already blessed with happiness, I'm sure a different wish wouldn't go unanswered. Plenty of folks used to do just that in days gone by. Are the legends to be believed? Well, there's only one way to find out. Here, take this coin and make a wish. The wishing spot. Now he will be able to fade. I know I ought not to ask, but what did you wish for? I knew we were going to get asked this. This journey to never cease. Ah, a traveller. You know, I've given this tour countless times. Not once have I made a wish myself. And not because I pour scorn on the legends or anything like that. I just never got round to it. But thanks to you, I got to finish my tour. To mark the occasion, I think I might just toss a coin in. Now, as for my wish. If I had another chance at life, I'd want to connect with as many people as I could through my job. I worked here as a tour guide in my former life too, before it became a home for the endless. Living Memory was open to living, breathing folks seeking relaxation and revelry. Boy, did I go to a lot of people back then. I never tired of sharing my knowledge and hearing visitors' wonderful stories. I suppose that's why I took up the same job as an Endless. And I'm proud of that. Proud of staying true to myself. You didn't come to hear me harp on about my life. Thank you for sticking with me till the end. I hope you enjoyed yourself as much as I did. Here's hoping our wishes come true. Farewell, my final customer. I could have done this on one of my other jobs, couldn't I? The Canals of History. That's just a regular quest, so I can come back and do that some other time. Anode Pyro. I'm not good. Not good at dealing with stories about death. Right, while I'm here, Canal Town, a resort of romance and relaxation. This charming town in living memory was designed around the element of water. In addition to traversing its enchanting canals... Sorry, my eyes were blurry. Don't know why. You must be cutting onions or something. No. I'd be in a much worse state if people were cutting onions. One can find fortune at the Font of Devotion or explore the Daguerreau Medical Collection. Medical Collection? I don't think we got to see that. Maybe that was part of the zone. Oh, it's there in fact. Go and have a look at that afterwards. Right. Oh, do I need to speak to the... It's kind of a shame that they don't just let you zip back and forth between it, but I can kind of see why they don't, since it is a combat zone. Oh, while I'm here, smudge. Meso Terminal. This colossal golden structure arises from the centre of living memory. A glittering monument to Alexandria's eternal queen. It also serves as the central terminal for Everkeep's core system. Right, we continue onwards. And now I need to change back. A lively place yonder appears to be Yesterland. Oh, well, we're going to the fun fair. Yeah. I wonder what manner of folk we'll find there. Probably not, Demajen. I don't intend to halt my steps either. Yesterland has an altogether different look. Each zone has a distinct character, it would seem. The queue has already gone ahead. Let's get going too. System reboot complete. Error, user registration confirmed. I bid you welcome to Yesterland, where the dreams of children and inner children alike come true. Please enjoy your stay. So this is an amusement park. Whee! Cryle is so tiny. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, why not click the like button and consider subscribing. Remember, you can ring the bell notification icon to get notified when new videos go live. And until next time, cheerio.